Hey, it's Tuesday afternoon, 14th. I'm in the wrong spot now. Right beside those fir trees, just to the left of them, you can kind of see Mount Hood. First round it showed up a lot better. And yep, I'm in the Big Massey. With the rakes, in the dust. Still got that chunk of wiper hanging. I almost stepped out and tried to pull that off, but there's nowhere to stand over there to reach it, or over there. I just kind of, this is the second try. I was kind of doing a little BS video. Show you what this looks like rolled up. Looks better rolled up than it did when I cut it. Of course, keep in mind, this has been down for, what, a week? I don't know. Yeah, at least that long, because number one hadn't gone in for surgery yet. It was like the Friday or Saturday before that. She went in for, I think it was then. I don't know, it may have been Sunday. A couple days before she went in for surgery. And that was a week ago today, so. Down in that lower part, that's always holds decent color. About half this field's just crap annuals, and the other half is kind of decent. Last time we planted this, it was to orchard grass. One thing we found with orchard grass, where we have wetter springs and usually don't get to cutting hay until late June, and this stuff's growing all spring, it's mature, and you can't get a soft grass. It ends up being stiff. If you can get it in May and get a cutting on it, it's all leaf and it's all nice, fine, soft grass. But you get in later, it's not. The junk mixed in here, it's softer stuff. So it kind of makes up for the little bit of orchard grass that's actually in here. That's funny. I mean, we got an awesome place to go grass. The problem is getting grass hay harvested when the plant is actually ready. That's what the big problem is. I mean, guys are they're swathing for grass seed about the same time we start cutting hay. And that's just the way it is. Unless you want to do haylage, which we did that late 70s, early 80s, somewhere in there. We did that for about 20 years. Well, probably about 12 years. We had a round baler for over 20. And there's times I've thought it wouldn't be too bad to go back to that, but a lot of time, if we can get in early and cut, the ground's still so soft and wet, it'd still be a couple days for haylage. We used to do mostly one day, cut early in the morning, run the tedder rig through at about noon and bale it that evening and put it in bags and be done with it. That's one way to miss the weather. But like I said, you got to have the ground dry enough to get over first. And it's bad enough the cows make it rough. You start running equipment and tractors over it. Now you rutted everything. It just gets worse later. And I'm sorry, but I still got to sit in the seat, whether it's in this or running a hay mower or spreading fertilizer or spraying, whatever we're doing. I got to keep my butt in the seat and still move without getting killed bouncing in it. So yeah, just a BS video. A couple people have asked how number one's doing. I think she's doing all right. She's still healing. I haven't talked to, I did talk to her a little bit ago. Other than that, I haven't talked to her, heard from her for a couple of days. Her mother told me that she's off with her fiance today, riding in a dump truck. Her fiance's been working for a friend of ours and his, swathing, swathing grass seed all night. And he swathed all night last night and still had to have a truck Well, I'm sure he's got more than one truck on the road today. Probably got all of them on the road today. That's why he's in one. He's like 60 miles from home. And when he's got to do that kind of stuff, he usually asks her if she can go ride with him and keep him awake. If she's with him, he'll stay awake without too much trouble. But, you know, I don't want to hear about him on the news tonight, falling asleep at the wheel and having something bad happen. So she's got all kinds of ice packs and whatever else with her, a couple pillows so she can be more comfortable riding with him. Hopefully she feels all right later today. She can get a good night's sleep instead of being in pain all night. And I did figure it out. I don't know if I mentioned this before. All these new ways of doing medical procedures. I mean, my wife had the same thing done many years ago. And a few days later, she was doing all kinds of stuff. Of course, they didn't want her to for a week, and now this time around with number one, it's 2 weeks. She's not even supposed to drive, and they really don't want her doing anything for like 4 weeks. It's like, really? Y'all, this is summer. This is harvest. This is our bread and butter. We don't have this, we can't feed cows, and if we can't feed cows, we ain't got no money. So anyway, no, anymore they do it almost the same way, except this time they lasered her stuff. My wife's, they actually physically scraped it off. But you think about this for a minute. They didn't used to shove air into the body. Now they fill the body cavity full of air so they can see what they're doing. That's great. If you ever take a roast, for example, most roasts, you're like two different chunks of muscle together side by side. And there's kind of that clear membrane between the two that you can peel them apart. You have the same thing inside your body, your whole body, between all your organs, all your muscles, same thing. That's all living tissue that's connecting everything together and making it work together, lets it move separately but also keeps it together. I don't know what that's called, so don't ask me. To fill you full of air, they rip all of that. It's literally what they're doing. No wonder it takes so damn long for anybody to heal up anymore. So, anyway, that's just my take on stuff today. Like I said, just a little BS video. And I'm going to let you go because I'm to the point where I got a lot of turning to do. Get the corners run out, see if I can get out of here without screwing the windrows up, and hopefully move on to the next field. So, please hit the like if you haven't. If you haven't subscribed yet, that would be much appreciated. See where this ride really goes. So far, I think it's going pretty good because I got a lot of people who like to watch. I appreciate that. So, thank you for watching. And God, I'd love to get you a good shot of Hood, but Portland's that way, and so all their pollution blocks part of it too. I can see much farther to the west than I can to the east. Just gonna throw this on the end. You need any old stuff, guaranteed you can't afford it. I think I've shown some of this before. Two brothers, the one buys literally the junk piles at auctions. They got stacks of tires that he's bought that'll never fit anything they'll ever own, and all kinds of stuff. And he saved that articulated Massey right there from the scrap. That was mine. Needs a new motor. He saved a lot of things from the scrap. Even a little flatbed trailer there missing a section of deck. That used to be our trailer we hauled the sprayer on. One thing I gotta say though is they make some nice looking hay. They pastured this off early, so basically that's second cut. We tried doing that and we get hay full of cow manure. Oh, and look, there's my wife. She's going up here to open the gate for me up here at the end of the road. Otherwise, I got to stop in the middle of the road. Another thing I got to say about these guys, they do nice looking crops. I do remember years ago pulling into the granary in town, and they'd be going, the kids in there, you see that stuff they just brought in? Because they haven't, I don't think they've bought seed in probably 50 years. And every now and then they got something that, looks a little funny. So, they just kind of go, well, somebody's making their bread out of that. Probably don't hurt nobody. If it would have, we probably would have all known it by now. Anyway, I just thought I'd show you what I could of their collection. There's actually some pretty decent stuff out there, but, it's what it is.